Welcome back to the Dish. All right, Rhodes Law Firm is here with us. They're sitting down to discuss the importance of setting up for the future. I'm joined by Daniel Rhodes. He's an associate attorney at the law firm. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
So discussing the future is pretty important because planning can be a process. So today, last time we talked about estate planning and wills, but at your law firm you primarily focus in on using trusts. Explain to me what the difference is, and for the people that are watching so they understand, what's the difference between wills and trusts?
Well, I mean, from kind of a simple standpoint, they are very similar. A will is a document that says what happens when you pass away. A trust can be a document that says what happens when you pass away. But by using a trust, we're able to do things up front while both spouses are alive and do some kind of pre-planning so that when one spouse passes away or when a family member passes away, those remaining family members don't have so much work to do.
I see.
And so by doing that work up front, we've avoided some for that surviving family member. It also has some tax advantages, both income tax and sometimes estate tax for the larger estates. But it also, one of the bigger things is it avoids probate.
Okay, and so that brings up a point. You say probate avoidance is an advantage of a trust. What does that mean too?
Well, to start off with, the probate process, it is essentially a forum to accept challenges to your dying wishes. So you go to a court and you ask them what do they think of the will. Not just the court, but you ask anybody that could have inherited if there wasn't a will, what they think about this will. So in some situations it may be people that you may have never even met, a cousin or something. And you say, what do you think about this will? You don't get anything. And so it's an opportunity to start fights at any point in life or at any family situation. Okay,
and see, I mean, you want to avoid a lot of the complications in this process because it is a very difficult process for people to go through, and planning that now, and like you said, with the trust, having the ability to kind of work those things out and people understand that this is yours, this is what our plan is so important. It kind of eliminates a lot of that tension too up front.
Right, preserving that family harmony is oftentimes the best part of doing this planning.
Yeah, and so, okay, so we talk about families avoiding guardianship. Talk to me about that.
Right, a good estate plan will include a very complete power of attorney that will allow us to avoid guardianship, which is kind of the court overseeing the well-being of a person, and conservatorship, which is the court overseeing the kind of financial side of a person's interests. And so if we don't have a good power of attorney in place, we have to ask the court to get involved, which is a very intrusive process, and it kind of lasts for the whole life of a person at a certain age. And so a good plan has that power of attorney that makes sure that we don't have to go through the guardianship and conservatorship process.
God, and that could be a tough one too.
It really can be, and it's fairly expensive to go through that as well.
Golly, and so, okay, so a person also may reach a point where they need help and care, financially speaking. Does this type of planning help with cost of long-term care?
It can. Some of the type of planning that we do can involve a type of asset protection that will allow us to protect maybe the house or maybe some of the savings from the cost of long-term care by helping them get qualified for either a VA benefit called aid and attendance or possibly also a Medicaid benefit as well, which helps pay for nursing home care.
Wow, okay. And I know people watching it, they're probably, this is some heavy information to take in and kind of understand within just a couple of minutes. And so the important thing for them to know is that you also have workshops that people can attend. Isn't that right?
That's correct. We have them beginning of each month. We have 2 in Augusta and then 1 in Aiken as well.
Perfect. And so, and if you're unable to attend, you also have them online.
Yes, ma'am.
So there you go. If you have any questions about all this type of information, or you need help understanding it, you can call Rhodes Law, or you can go to GoRhodesLaw.com and get the information. Daniel will be there to help you as much as he can. Thank you so much for being here, Daniel.
Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. When we return in just a minute, we're going to have some beauty basics, plus we're stepping into the kitchen to help you eat healthy. We'll be right back.